You can have a room full of people, but sometimes it feels as if no one truly sees you. Zen teachings reveal the surprising reason why genuine connection is about something far deeper than being liked or admired. It's about resonance. We're going beyond superficial charm and diving into the deep, often overlooked, reasons why people are truly drawn to you. Forget chasing approval. This is about cultivating the magnetic power of your authentic self. Welcome to Moon Mind Temple. Today, I'm going to share a powerful secret that will not only redefine how you see love, but also how you see yourself. This isn't about manipulating others or chasing after validation. It's about understanding the subtle dance of human connection and cultivating the inner qualities that make you genuinely magnetic. To illustrate this, let me tell you a story, a modern koan, if you will, about a gardener named Kenji. Kenji was renowned for his exquisite flower arrangements. His garden was always bursting with life, a vibrant tapestry of colors and fragrances. But there was one vase, an antique ceramic piece, that remained stubbornly empty. People would often ask Kenji why he didn't fill the vase with his beautiful flowers. He would simply smile enigmatically and say, "The vase is waiting for the right flower." One day, a new student, eager to learn Kenji's secrets, pressed him further. "Master," she said, "surely you have flowers that would complement this vase. Why do you leave it barren?" Kenji led her to the vase and said, "Look closely. What do you see?" The student examined the vase carefully. "I see emptiness, a beautiful form, but lacking in content." Kenji nodded. "Exactly. The vase is not seeking a flower to complete it. It is waiting for a flower that reflects its own inner essence, a flower that embodies simplicity, elegance, and a quiet strength." He explained that the vase represented a person's inner self, and the flowers represented the people we attract into our lives. Some people are like empty vases, constantly seeking external validation to fill their void. They chase after relationships, hoping to find someone who will make them feel whole. But true connection, he said, arises when we cultivate our own inner beauty and attract those who resonate with our authentic selves. That story perfectly illustrates a core concept in Zen Buddhism: the difference between needing someone and resonating with someone. In the context of connection, whether it's romantic love, deep friendship, or even professional collaboration, it boils down to two fundamental reasons why people are drawn to us. Firstly, people are drawn to you because they see in you what they lack. You possess a quality, a skill, an energy, or an experience that they believe will fill a void within themselves. This is the love of lack. Secondly, people are drawn to you because they see in you what they already are or aspire to be. They recognize a shared value, a similar vision, a complementary spirit. This is the love of recognition, the kind of connection that endures the test of time. It resonates with the fundamental truth of who they are. Think about the people you're drawn to. Are you attracted to them because you believe they can solve your problems, make you feel better about yourself, or provide something you're missing? Or are you drawn to them because you recognize a shared spirit, a similar worldview, a deep understanding that transcends words? Let's consider a teaching story from Buddhist law. A Zen monk, walking in the monastery gardens, notices a butterfly struggling to emerge from its chrysalis. Moved by compassion, the monk gently breaks open the chrysalis to help the butterfly. The butterfly emerges easily, but its wings are shriveled and weak. It flutters weakly for a moment, then falls to the ground, unable to fly. The other monks explained that the butterfly needed to struggle, and the resistance was necessary in order for the wings to develop. The monk had robbed the butterfly of its own process. Reflect on this for a moment. Isn't this a potent metaphor for our own human connections? Sometimes, with the best of intentions, we rush in to fix someone, or perhaps allow ourselves to be fixed, thinking, "This person will make my life better." But as the tale of the butterfly shows, true growth can't be bypassed. It requires our own internal effort and struggle. This is another way to look at how we connect. Sometimes we want to fix someone, or someone wants to fix us. As in, I like this person because they're going to make my life better. But it is not a natural process of growth for anyone. The love of lack is seductive because it promises instant gratification. It's the feeling of, finally, someone understands me. Or, this person is exactly what I've been looking for. But like the butterfly, the relationship that starts from a place of need is often destined to fail because it's built on an unstable foundation. It depends on you to continue fulfilling that perceived lack, and the moment you stop, the connection dissolves. Perhaps you've been the strong one in a relationship, always providing support and guidance, and found yourself resentful, feeling drained. Or maybe you've been the life of the party, bringing energy and excitement to social gatherings, and yet feeling strangely alone. These are valuable qualities, but consider why you feel compelled to fulfill these roles. Is it driven by a genuine desire to connect, or a deeper need for validation? If people are drawn to you solely for these reasons, they're not seeing you for who you truly are. They're seeing you as a means to an end, a temporary solution to their own inner struggles. And crucially, you might be seeing yourself the same way. Zen teaches us that true happiness comes from within, from cultivating our own inner peace and wisdom. We are already whole, complete, and perfect, even with our imperfections. This isn't just a comforting platitude, it's an invitation to explore the depths of your own being. What does it truly mean to be complete within yourself? What inner resources do you possess that you may be overlooking? Consider spending some time in solitude, meditating, journaling, or simply being present with your thoughts and feelings. Seeking external validation to fill a void is like trying to quench your thirst with salt water. It only intensifies the craving. But are we not told that the world outside of ourselves is not as true and beautiful as the world within? How can we foster that world within so that we can begin to fill that void? The love of lack perpetuates the illusion that we are somehow incomplete, that we need someone else to make us happy. But this is a trap, a cycle of dependency that leads to disappointment and heartache. What if, instead of seeking someone to complete you, you focused on becoming the most complete version of yourself? What if you allowed yourself to be vulnerable and share your own needs with another person, instead of trying to fix their needs? What shifts would you need to make to approach relationships from this more self-sufficient place? The answers may surprise you, but they can be a powerful catalyst for lasting, meaningful connection. Sarah worked in a high-pressure corporate environment, a world of power suits and perfectly polished appearances. Everyone seemed to be striving for an unattainable ideal, constantly comparing themselves to others and hiding their vulnerabilities. One day, Sarah noticed a new co-worker, Mark, who was clearly brilliant and talented, but who always wore mismatched socks. At first, Sarah found it odd, even a little unprofessional. But as she got to know Mark, she realized that the mismatched socks were a subtle act of rebellion, a quiet expression of his individuality in a conformist world. He didn't apologize for it. He didn't try to hide it. He simply owned it. One afternoon, during a particularly stressful meeting, Sarah noticed that several other colleagues had also started wearing mismatched socks, a silent show of solidarity with Mark. The atmosphere shifted, becoming a little lighter, a little more human. The mismatched socks had become a symbol of authenticity, a reminder that it's okay to be different, to be imperfect. What Mark's mismatched socks inadvertently unveiled was a yearning for authenticity. It revealed that love of recognition can be a powerful force when people embrace their true selves. It's the kind of connection that feels effortless, natural, and deeply fulfilling because it celebrates individuality rather than suppressing it. This isn't only romantic, it can show up in many situations, even in a professional relationship. This is when you meet someone and instantly feel like you can be yourself around them without fear of judgment or criticism. It's when you find people who appreciate your quirks and eccentricities, who see your flaws not as weaknesses, but as part of what makes you unique. The mismatched socks became a conversation starter, a catalyst for genuine connection. This kind of love is not about needing someone to validate you, but on resonating with their authentic self. It's about seeing yourself reflected in another person's courage to be different, a shared understanding that it's okay to be imperfect, even a bit quirky. It's about celebrating each other's strengths and supporting each other's vulnerabilities, because those vulnerabilities, just like mismatched socks, can be sources of connection and not of shame. So, how do we cultivate the inner qualities that attract the love of recognition, the kind of connection that thrives on authenticity? First, we must understand ourselves deeply, our values, our passions, our strengths, and our weaknesses, including our quirks and eccentricities. Be honest with yourself about what makes you you, even the parts you've been taught to hide. Second, we must accept ourselves unconditionally, flaws and all. Embrace your imperfections, recognizing that they are not liabilities, but assets. They are what make you relatable, approachable, and human. Dare to be a little weird. Dare to be a little different. Dare to be authentically you. The world needs more mismatched socks. Third, we must treat ourselves with kindness and compassion. Forgive yourself for trying to conform, for hiding your true self. Learn from those experiences and move forward with grace and humility, and with a renewed commitment to expressing your unique voice. Let your metaphorical mismatched socks fly. An ancient Chinese proverb tells of the bamboo and the pine tree during a harsh winter storm. The strong pine stands tall and resists the force of the wind, and eventually, it breaks. The bamboo, on the other hand, bends with the wind and survives the storm, even more resilient than before. The wisdom we can take from that is sometimes strength is not about resistance, but about adaptability. It's about understanding that true strength lies not in rigid resistance, but in flexible resilience. Bending doesn't mean breaking, but I thought it might be good to illustrate it with a more modern story. There was a social media influencer named Anya. She curated a seemingly perfect life online, flawless photos, exotic travels, and a perpetual air of happiness. But behind the curated facade, she felt increasingly empty and disconnected. The constant pressure to maintain a perfect image was exhausting, and she realized that her followers weren't connecting with her, but with an idealized version of herself. One day, feeling particularly vulnerable, Anya decided to post something radically different, a raw, unfiltered photo of herself, along with a caption describing her struggles with anxiety and self-doubt. She braced herself for the backlash, expecting to lose followers and damage her brand. Instead, something extraordinary happened. Her post went viral. People resonated with her honesty and vulnerability. They shared their own struggles, offered words of encouragement, and praised her for breaking the illusion of perfection. Anya discovered that her most authentic self was far more magnetic than any carefully constructed image. She actually gained more followers from that point on. Anya's experience highlights a critical truth. True connection thrives on authenticity, not perfection. Just like the bamboo that bends with the wind, we need to be flexible in our relationships, adapting to changing circumstances and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. Now, the proverb of the bamboo and pine tree, in the case of Anya, demonstrates it well. We can think of it as a metaphor for our own lives and our ability to connect with people. Consider the pressure we often feel to present a polished, unblemished version of ourselves to the world. Are we being like the strong pine, rigidly trying to conform to societal expectations? Or are we like the bamboo, bending with the wind and embracing our imperfections? What aspects of your true self are you currently suppressing, fearing that they might be rejected? What would it feel like to share those aspects with others, to risk vulnerability and authenticity? What would happen if you embraced your truest self? It can start small. Experiment with sharing a genuine feeling, a vulnerability. Take a moment each day to really consider your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Ask yourself, what are my actual values, not the ones I think I should have? What am I genuinely passionate about? Am I seeking what I think I am, or what others expect? What is the most authentic thing that you can post or tell someone today? Even if you're not ready to share that with others, how can you accept it yourself? I encourage you to experiment with these principles in your own life. Observe your relationships and pay attention to the dynamics at play. Are you attracted to people because you think they're perfect, and you think that if you can obtain a piece of that perfection, you can then be perfect too? Or do you resonate with their shared values and unique perspective, recognizing them as fellow humans? The answers to these questions will reveal a great deal about yourself and about the nature of your connections. But remember, it's not about judging yourself or others. It's about cultivating awareness and making conscious choices that align with your authentic self. Ultimately, you have the power to choose the kind of connections you cultivate in your life. You can choose to continue seeking validation from others, or you can choose to cultivate your own inner peace and attract relationships that are based on genuine resonance. The choice is yours. And so, we come to the essence of the matter, the silent wanderer within us. The love we seek is not found in the hands of others, but in the depths of our own being. The goal is not to find someone who completes us, but someone who reflects the wholeness we already possess. So let us endeavor to be whole, to be complete, to be the moon in all its radiant glory, reflecting light and love onto all who gaze upon us. Thank you for joining me here at Moonmind Temple. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more insights on Zen Buddhism and the art of living a meaningful life. What are your own experiences with finding connection? Be sure to leave a comment below, and until next time, may your path be filled with peace, wisdom, and genuine connection.